Okay, so this video is going to cover adding and subtracting polynomials. So what we need to know in order to do this problem is essentially we need to know how to combine like terms. So remember, like terms have the exact same variables, and that means exactly the same. That means you're looking at for example, in this problem here, an n to the 7th would match up with an n to the 7th. A non-example would be the n to the 7th and the n to the 4th. Those are not the same thing. Even though they're both n's, one is an nth to the 7th power and one is an nth to the 4th power. Those two are very different things. So they must be exactly alike. And what we remember about combining like terms is that we add together the coefficients and we keep the variable. So let's take a look at this problem and see what we have going on. So here we have 2n to the 7th minus 4n to the 4th minus 18. And then we're going to subtract away this middle polynomial. And then we're going to add a third one onto it. So before we do anything else with this problem, the first thing that we need to do is take care of this subtraction sign right over here. So remember, essentially that subtraction sign is going to follow the distributive property. When we have a minus sitting out on the outside of the parentheses, that minus must be distributed to everything on the inside of the polynomial. So we're going to distribute that minus sign. So first off, I'm going to rewrite the first polynomial, 2n to the 7th minus 4n to the 4th minus 18. And distributing the negative. So the negative is going to go to the 16n to the 4th. The negative will go to 6n to the 7th. And the negative will go to the 11. And then we're going to be adding n to the 8th plus 19. Now that we've taken care of our distributive property, now we can combine our like terms. So this is what I always call the matching game. So just match up the terms that we have in common. So we have n to the 7th that would match with n to the 7th. We have n to the 4th that would match up with n to the 4th. We also have a few numbers here that can be combined. So a number is a like term with a number. And it looks like we just have this extra n to the 8th just kind of hanging out over here. I don't see anything else to the 8th power. So again, that means that we're just going to end up dropping that down. We don't have anything to combine it with. So I'm actually going to start with that. Let's drop down the n to the 8th. Next, we need to combine our n to the 7th terms. So we have 2n to the 7th minus 6n to the 7th. Or remember, another way to look at it, we combine like terms by adding them together. So 2 plus a negative 6 is a negative 4n to the 7th. Remember, if you have $2 in your bank account and you spend 6, you are negative you're now in the hole and you're down 4. N to the 4th, so I had negative 4, and then we're subtracting 16 more away. So if you're negative 16 in your bank account and you spend 16 more dollars, you are now down 20. So there we have a negative 20 n to the 4th. Then the only thing left to do is to take care of our numbers. So we have a negative 18 minus 11, and then a plus 19. So let's take care of our two negatives. A negative 18, then minus an 11. That is going to give us a minus 29. And then we have that minus 29 plus this 19 right over here. We're going to be left with a minus 10. All right, so we are done with that problem.